So, hi, Dad. These exercises I'm going to string together, and they should all be about 5 minutes apiece, but you can do as much as you want to do. It's not necessary to do it all. You can spread it out throughout the day. It's just important that you do. And I can't stress enough about getting a pair of walking poles and with rubber tips. That's what you want, is you want walking poles with rubber tips. They're mountaineering poles, basically. And they could be really beneficial if you really want to get out. I'm going to pause this for a moment. I got to go get my chair, and I'll be right back. So, like I said, you can do these sitting down. I am using a little tiny stool that makes my hips perpendicular to my knees. What I recommend is using a chair that doesn't have a lot. Like the wing chairs, that's fine. If you're sitting in the wing chair, then do these. But if you're going to do anything that adds a little bit of upper body movement, which is really important, then have a chair that maybe has arms, but the back is far away. If you use a chair that has wheels on it, it should be against a wall so that if you push up out of the chair, your chair's not going to go anywhere because you'll end up sitting back down. That's how some of these exercises go. I want you to sit as tall as you can. So it doesn't, if you're doing this, you can't get the oxygen in. If you sit in a neutral, that's really good. Do the best that you can. You may want to stretch the throat a little bit, the neck, and just looking left to right a couple of times. You can do opposite shoulders while you're sitting here. Hands just stay on your lap. And you inhale and you exhale. And if you can, pay attention to the breath. More than the movement, pay attention to what the breath is doing. After you've shrugged your shoulders, do one arm at a time. I have the ability to put my arm behind my ear, but if all your arm wants to do is just come up next to your face, put it up next to your face. The palms can face each other. They can rotate open out to the sides. They can come forward, and you can raise them that way, opening them and releasing. And one more time, opening and releasing. If you can do a series of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this mimics what happens when we walk. I can't remember the actual name of it, but there is an action called homolateral. And homolateral means this, right? This is what homolateral means. So you could actually do this if this makes sense to you. But ideally, what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to cross over, right? So that means crossing, crossing, crossing. And so lifting in opposition could be really beneficial because that's what the brain likes to do. Or it can be done here and here. Oops. It's not easy to do, but it's something to work towards. Because when we walk, this is the action that we're looking for. When you talk, this is like I can chew gum and talk at the same time if I'm lucky. That's an old Rick and Ruby joke. Anyway, open. But again, this activates the breath. To keep doing something like this activates the breath. Okay, one more time. One more time. Now, take a pause, take a couple of breaths. I'm going to change this around a little. Okay, I'm back. And I'm back with a walking pole. The company is called Black Diamond. They, they supply all kinds of outfitters for hiking and stuff. And this pole, you can make it any height that you want, right? It's got these little things that close and allow it to open, like any type of a tripod, like for cameras. This one has a rubber tip on it. I have another one, and it's missing the rubber tip. But these are really important if you're going to do street walking. So I'm not going to say anything about that. And so what this does is it's this same movement. As you step this forward, the opposite leg steps forward. And my other pole is in the car and there's no rubber tip on it. But I just want you to see this is the movement that you get when you have these, and you put the strap on and you hold on to it, so that even if you lose your grip on this, your wrist will fall down and you can still actually hold on. So this is why these are a really good idea, because they create this movement that moves you in these opposite directions. I'm walking backwards just so that you can see, but it's da, 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 da. And that crossing over is just really important. The other thing that you can do with something like this is you can use both of them, or you can use one of them, and you can go down and stand up, because you can make this higher or lower. You can go down or stand this up. Now, the other way that I approach these movements, because I have to be really cautious. Sometimes my body works, sometimes it doesn't work. And so my staircase has become sort of a new thing for me. And so you could actually do things on stairs, lifting up a leg. And if you have the poles there, you can get a little bit of a lunge in, which is really good for your back. You can hold on to the railing, you can hold on, and you could actually do a little bit of a lunge. I walk into people's houses and I look around at what they have, and you do have that big staircase. The carpeting has to be tacked to the floor so that you can do this comfortably and this way. And so one of the other components of doing a step thing like this is that you can step up and you can step back. Now, my spiral staircase is one of the reasons I love living here, is because I have this and it's like my favorite tool. But even just here and then here, anything that allows you to do that. You can do the same thing if you put a chair against a wall. It has to have some sort of support so that when you put your foot up on it, you have something to stop you, or you can push against the wall. And that moves your hips around. I'm not going to say this is going to be fun for your feet, but it's an option and it's something to consider. And stepping and leaning in. And so this chair is not very high, but you could do it with any step at all, and these walking sticks could be really beneficial to doing it. We're going to pause one more time. And we're going to go back to sitting in a chair. And when you sit down in the chair, you can do leg extensions. So you can do one leg straight. You can have your poles here. That's the other cool thing about this. You could have your poles here. Lift the leg, put it down. Lift the leg, put it down. Lift the leg, put it down. Straighten out the other one, lift the leg, put it down. 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 So I'm going to go through all of these, and I'll do a series of 10 3 rounds. So you want to start centered and feeling long in your back. You're going to start with the arms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3, in. Inhale, exhale. Each movement can have a breath. 4. Inhale, exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Inhale, exhale. 7. Inhale, exhale. 8. Inhale, exhale. 9. Inhale, exhale. 10. Hold this up, take a breath. Exhale the breath. Release it, other side. Inhale and exhale. Release it. We're going to come back to the alternating. Slap your knee. Slap your knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, we're going to do this again. Inhale, slap your knee. 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 That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't matter if you lose track. 10. There you go. And then if you want to do this, this is just one more variation. My feet are a little forward of my knees. And again, I've got this really perpendicular. You can lean down and touch the floor and then come back up. There's 2 ways you can do this. Use your elbows. Put your hands down. Bring your hands back to your knees. Push back up. And again, if your chair is on someplace it's going to slide, you need to make sure it's against a wall so that it doesn't slide out from underneath you. You probably should not be wearing socks unless you're on carpeting and you're sticking to the carpet. And usually this would be the inhale, this would be the exhale. And I'm going to go even slower because this can be done really slow. If you cannot comfortably touch the ground, all you're going to do is go down to the knees and exhale. and then inhale. So you can stay anywhere that it feels comfortable, but hopefully you don't fall asleep. That is all for now. I need feedback if this is helpful. So you know how to find me. You can call me. I have this iPad. If you do have WhatsApp, I can make contact with you on WhatsApp because I haven't changed over to an iPhone. If you have a Android phone, I think you have an Android phone, we can actually make phone calls that are visual. And I will experiment with doing that, but we have to talk to each other before I do that. Okay? I love you. Keep moving. It's really important that you keep moving. I love you both. Talk to you later.